Hey folks, Jonathan Wilson. A little Saturday in the shop here. Those masks work better, by the way. Anyway, it's another Saturday, and I'm pretty much catching up on little details that seems to hang every little thing up. So one little pebble can keep the skate from rolling, if you know what I mean. Behind me, I've got a black Johann G coming together. Just getting some little minor things out of the way here. Let's see what else we got. This is a new hybrid model I'm working on, which you can see just put a more epoxy on it. But this is a carbon fiber with an outer, let me just get some better lighting here. And you can see from that angle there, maybe, we've got the back plate, which also has carbon fiber in it. So it's a hybrid model. And basically, so what we can expect is it's going to be dimensionally the same as this one, except where back and side materials are essentially, a hybrid, a composite, and we're going to go with still a spruce top on this one, and like all of them have the VioGlide fingerboards, which are the best possible performance fingerboard I can build for under the caveats and constraints of what a GuitarViol is. So anyway, this is what's happening over here. Now I wanted to give you a little background. This one here these are the molds that go to the 10X. The 10X is all composite. As you can imagine, the current events notwithstanding, all over, just various things, it's really put a strain on a certain bandwidth, and I mean not just time and energy, but everything that goes along with it and goes out the window with it. For example, even with this COVID kind of set out here, I'm going to put this down for a sec, get maybe a little bit of a setting here, and I might grab my coffee. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Save California. But anyway, under those constraints of just, gosh, even the last year has been crazy. We had that Fillmore, California sudden move. So now we're in this is the very nicely skylit Valencia shop we've been at since November. And of course, coming, through a move, getting reset up again, getting the year kicked off, and having to do a lot more admin stuff than I'd like to with, responding to various new compliances. And anyway, so my son here works full-time with me Monday through Friday, and we're just basically, around this shop, just getting all this stuff going here. There's a nice little view of the shop where you can see we got a lot of stuff going on here. So we have various workstations, sanding stations, and the middle islands are great for just being able to essentially walk around them safely at the right working height. You can see it's right there. So it's a good little workflow as far as how chaotic it can always be. But anyway, so having a little coffee here. Basically, yeah, it's been a bit nuts, and of course we didn't really count on the, I was getting into February and March pretty well, and just on another roll, getting all these new goal posts set and just crushing it, And then of course, with the COVID slowdown, that's put me into other admin roles that I didn't imagine I'd be tackling. For example, suppliers, getting strings, for example, has been what normally is like one quick phone call or one quick email, turns into me having to go to third-party vendors, distributors that I normally go straight to, the D'Addario company. What they did was they pivoted over to making face shields from their drum heads, and which is great. They're on board with this whole team fight the virus thing. And that meant that their production was held up until probably about June, so I would have been without certain things, so I had to just make contacts all over the world. In some cases, I'd have to go to 3 or 4 different vendors to get one set of strings. 1 or 2 here, 1 or 2 there, whatever has been left. So it's been a little bit of a nut chase, a bunch of paper and cyber chase and all that fun stuff. But anyway, I'm really excited about what we are doing. I mentioned here the hybrid model that is coming out of also necessity. It's sort of semi-related to the other 10X project. We're gonna get these probably through a little quicker, mainly just because the design, everything about it is pretty much, with the exception of some of the laminating processes, it's pretty much, you know, like the other ones. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna give this a good go. This one has a really beautiful cedar figure on it. And we're basically, right now we'll be also talking to some of the people waiting on the 10X, which has been, all I could say is it's just been nothing but a, you know, comedy of riptides and vicissitudes and all that kind of thing. It's a layered story, but we're here in Valencia and I'm able to work on these things. However, because certain logistics have changed, I've had to respond to them. And what we do out of house, what we do with other vendors, I've had to eliminate some of that just because of the new framework we're working in. Thank you, California. Anyway, that includes sending out wood and back and sides for milling, and that of course takes a lot of real estate machine-wise, and so I've generally outsourced it, and I have enough wood to probably get us through the rest of the year, maybe beyond, but I had to really revisit how we do things and how we can make the most effective use and, if possible, make upgrades and improvements. I think this is a really wonderful direction. Obviously, we're going to make a few, see how this goes. This is the prototype. And anybody who's on the 10X queue, if you want to, they could probably make this happen in a lot shorter frame time, hopefully. I know you guys have been waiting on that. That's still in the works. I'm still working on that. It's just that given the constraints that I'm tasked with these days, running this place, payroll, workers' comp, the whole thing, and it's just basically two of us. But all those type of things that, you know, go into the overhead and everything like that, we have to keep a certain, you know, cycle of stuff going out. So we don't get all the sandbox time we always want, but this has been, I would say, dare to say, therapeutic for me personally. And it's very important because, you know, there's a certain performance and excitement that has to happen in this type of work. It's not just, you know, this repetitive thing, because you go to that, if you're just moving rocks from one end of the yard and back and forth, and eventually it just becomes a sort of, you know, burnout. And we have to have the new cheese, if you will. And that's exactly what we're doing. So, anyway, I just wanted to bring you guys up to speed, kind of give you sort of a little bit of a, you know, postcard. I know that the last time I was talking about the 10X, that was probably towards the beginning of the year, maybe January, February-ish, before things got kind of funny. And so it was like I dove into the pool and the temperature changed and the riptide came, so you know what I mean. But anyway, we're doing the best we can. I hope that all of you out there are healthy, safe, stay creative, stay inspired, and here's why. We are in a world with all this upheaval. Now, when we go through the history books and we see similar upheavals that we may have had through the centuries and decades and time and all that kind of thing, what we do find out is what usually we're curious about is, hey, what was the art, what was the music like, what was the culture like? Well, I figured, hey, why not? Let's give them something to read about besides ancient ruins and modern ruins, ones that are happening right now. So, anyway, have an exceedingly awesome day. Be inspired. Stay safe.